Welcome to YOUCANIC. Today here on YOUCANIC we have our 2012 Hyundai Sonata, and on this Hyundai Sonata we're going to go over how you would remove this glass from the door. So to start with, we have a little cover down here that you pop over. You don't remove it completely, it's attached. You just got it, it's down in here, you'll see a nice little square to be able to pop that over, and then there's a screw behind that, and then right here is a cover that you'll need to that you'll pop out, and that way you have a screw here, and while we're at it we'll pop this cover here so that when we go to remove the door panel it doesn't interfere with this. So we're going to undo these two screws, which are just a Phillips. Okay, so we've removed those two screws. Now we can go around the whole door perimeter and get the push pins that hold it in to pop out. Right down here, you can feel it right there. There's an indent where you can get your tool in. Okay, so we've got that little cover off that's holding this, and we've got the push pins pulled out of the back. Now we'll be able to remove this. Okay, and so you remove it like this, and then when you get back here, then you can just push. There's a little tab here that you can push and be able to remove this connection that holds that part of the door. And then you'll want to also we've got the electric that goes to the window door switch. That you want to undo. And then they have this one, another electrical connector here. We squeeze and pull and undo. And that way we have all the electrical connections undone to be able to remove the full door panel, and we'll set that aside. Now to start with, this is 6 inches from the weather stripping to the top of the glass. So anywhere between 5.5 to 6.5, you should be able to have access to the bolts that hold on the glass. So we have that raised up there. If you didn't have it raised up and you can still grip your glass, you can just remove these 3 bolts, which is the regulator motor, and then when that's once you remove those bolts, then you can just pull the regulator motor off, and then you can move the glass up. But we happen to have that set there, so that's not necessary at the moment. Otherwise, so then we pop these covers. We got these bolts in there that we just need to loosen up. We don't need to remove them completely because they just clamp around the glass. So we have these 2 rubber covers that cover here, and they're a size 10 bolt inside there, and we'll just loosen them. Decently loose, but we don't, like I said, we don't need to remove them completely. Okay, so they're loosened up, and now with them loose, you'll be able to grab the glass here and be able to just pull it up and then bring it at an angle with the window on the outside of the the door, and you'll be able to pull the glass out. And we're going to go and we're going to put the glass back into our car. So if you're replacing this glass, your process removed. So you're going to take it and you're going to put it down at an angle and be able to get it to go through the weather stripping. Once you get it down past the top of the door, just a little bit of movement, you can be able to get it into the weather strips on the side. And then you'll be able to press it down. And then it'll be in the channels there. Just make sure that we on them out there, then we tighten these two bolts that are number 10. There you go. And so those are tight. You just make sure that they're gripping the window so that it'll pull the window back down and when you raise and lower it. And then you'll put the rubber caps back on. Cover that up. And so that's how you reinstall your window. So we're going to put it back on. Things you're going to hook up is this to the door handles to be able to unlock it and open it from the inside. And these electrics, that one goes to your window door switch, and this one goes to the mirror, to adjust the mirror. And then this one is a courtesy light. It's built into the bottom. And so we're going to go through and we're going to hook those up, and then we will put the door panel on. So you're going to hold the door away a little bit, where you can be able to hook up the electric. And then with that hooked up, then you can just take this connector and you literally just need to put the front tab of it in and then snap lock it into place, and that's good. And now you'll grab the door. I'm going to raise it up and we get it to sit in the weather stripping there. And then once it's sat in the weather stripping, you can work your way around by pushing all the push pins that hold the door on. And then we've got a screw that goes right here, and we have a screw that goes right there. Okay. So we've got this screw here. And then we have the screw that goes down here in the pocket where your fingers go to close the door. We got that tight, and then there's a little cover that you would just cover that screw up with. And then we've got this plate that's going to go in here to cover that screw. Just place it in and then just press on it to snap it into place. And then last, you would take this little piece of molding and be able to situate it over here and snap that into place. Thanks for watching YOUCANIC, where you can be the mechanic.